Today on the show, we take a ride with Baby. No, not that baby. A guy baby. Yeah, B-A-B-Y, baby. All this and more on What the Hell Did We Just Watch? Welcome to another episode of What the Hell Did We Just Watch? I'm your host, Lumotional Lou. Lumotional Lou is here, and it's the first episode after our 1 year anniversary, and I would just like to thank everyone, like I said, that was a part of this show, that has helped make the show move forward. And I'm happy that I was able to show some films to people that have never seen them, and I hope to do more of that in the future in year 2. And I hope that you guys have been enjoying every other segment that's been on this show, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And I would love to hear some suggestions on anything that you would like me to talk about, and if there are any people that I would love to be on the show, you could just email me at whatthehellpcast@yahoo.com, and we can just definitely chat there, and I will just take under consideration anything that you have any suggestions for. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's, just let me know, man. I'm always open for discussion. I'm always open for anything, okay? And I hope everyone over there is having a good weekend. I hope that you guys are enjoying the show, like I said. I hope you enjoyed this one, because this one, we got a very good movie this weekend. It's called Baby Driver.
Your name's Baby. B-A-B-Y, baby. So what is it you do?
I'm a driver.
Baby, 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 baby.
Like a chauffeur?
Baby, baby, baby.
Not a chauffeur. Noted.
Now, all I can say is, wow, what an amazing movie. Such a simple story, such a simple action film, but damn, what a great action film it was. And I feel that filmmakers need to take note on how to make action films all over again, because one of the things that really stands out in this film is that the car sequences are not CGI, where, most films are doing it. Fast and Furious, I'm talking to you. Baby Driver, the action sequences on the driving is superb, top notch, amazing. If they feel unique, I've seen a lot of car chases in cinema, throughout my entire life, and damn, this movie just really takes the cake. It's right up there with like all the awesome driving in movies that they've ever done. Sorry, Fast and Furious, you're just not a part of that list. Never were, and there's nothing. I think you're more on the awesome cars list than it is that awesome drivings list, because there aren't anything spectacular going on in those films. So one of the things that I really, really love about Baby Driver is the simplicity of the story. You know what I mean? You got this kid who can drive very well, who listens to music to drown out the hum that he has in his ear, because he suffers from tendonitis from a previous accident that he had when he was a kid. So he has a purpose. It kind of reminds me of Iron Eagle, though, so sorry to hear that. I mean, sorry to tell you that, Edgar Wright, but I couldn't stop thinking about Iron Eagle when I was watching this film. But there is a good reason why he is that way, but he's got this agenda. He did something he wasn't supposed to. So now he's under kind of like hostage from this guy who does jobs. You know what I mean? So he has got him under his spell, and he's working with him, kind of like paying him back. And one of the things that he's doing in this is just the driving. That's his job, is just to drive these thieves from one place to another, and he keeps it moving. Now, what makes this film pretty freaking cool is he has an end game. Like I said, he wants to just pay his debt and get out. And he meets a waitress that he quickly gets just smitten over, and this is the love interest of the film right away. And one of the things I really, really like about this film are the colorful villains that the film has. And what I love about the film even more is that the people that play these villains, these thieves, are actually people that you've never seen them act the way they've never been in another movie where they're doing this. And if there were, they're not doing it very well, because this one is the one that pretty much stands out for them. I really believe that they are who they are in this film. John Hamm, he plays a character named Buddy. Jamie Foxx, you know what I mean? He plays a character named Bats, and he is very, very good. Sometimes I think I felt that like maybe the scene was written for him. The character, I mean, was written for him. I think Edgar Wright really, really positioned everybody to be the people that they should be in this film, and I really, really like that. It just, everything just felt right for every character to play. Like if he had like an idea, like when he was writing the script, that he wanted these people to be in this film, because I think they played so excellently. I think that all their roles were just like on point. Everybody played the right character, you know, for me in this film. And Jamie Foxx blew me out the water with being the character that he was in this film. And he should play more roles like that, because, you know, that is where I believe his real acting chops are. And I mean, he's getting there. His roles have been way better since he started acting, you know, so this really is awesome. John Hamm, like I said, is awesome. His girlfriend was cool. Elsa Gonzalez, who played Darling, you know, things like that. Everybody was believable. Nobody felt over the top or anything like that, which I love. Now, I just wanted to talk about the director of this film, Edgar Wright, who I feel is such an amazing filmmaker, who came from the UK and came over here to Hollywood and is, I think, knocking it out of the park. He's got great foreign films from the UK, which I recommend. One of them famously being Shaun of the Dead. You know what I mean? So I recommend watching that one if you haven't yet. But Shaun of the Dead was great, because I feel like he just sees something different in the films that he makes. You know what I mean? And gives you a traditional, regular movie. I mean, Shaun of the Dead is about zombies, but it's got the right sense of comedy. It's got the right sense of horror, you know, and it works. And not to mention the awesome film Hot Fuzz, which I think is a much better film than Shaun of the Dead. The guy knows action. He knows how to be a fan of film, which is great too. Like, he's the right kind of fan of films. And I love that. I love that a lot. And then you got At World's End, which is like those three films is about is a trilogy that all goes together. It's great. It's a good trilogy. It's a fun trilogy to watch. But more importantly is the film that was the one that actually, believe it or not, got me into Edgar Wright first in the first place, was the film Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That film is amazing. I love that film. It's actually one of my favorite films of all time. It's under the 20s. You know, it's definitely in the top 20s for me. And I just think it's a superb film. I think the action is fantastic. I think the film is very colorful, and the way it's directed is amazing. He captures not only being a fan of films, but also being a fan of video games, and just a straight up like comic books as well. Like, he just knocks it out of the park with his vision. And not only that, I think that the script is top notch. I think it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I think the timing of the actors, the way they time their comedy in this film is actually top notch. Like, some of the stuff that I seen back in the day from Mel Brooks, and like, you know, I love like comedic timing. It's very important when it comes to things like that. And that not only does that come from a amazing funny actor, but also from an awesome director that knows how it works, how to be cinematically comedic and all things like that. And Baby Driver has that. And I think one of the things that Edgar Wright's visions of all his films, I think that what surprises me the most is that he can use any actor and kind of like mold them into anything he wants them to be. And we believe the way that he was supposed to. We believe the actors that they're playing, the characters that they're playing in the film. And that's one of the things I really, really love, because I don't see ever since Scott Pilgrim and then watching all his other films, all the people that have played in his films, I can't see them from just using my eyes like on a picture. Or like Michael Cera, I would have never thought I would have seen a movie Michael Cera was in and then enjoy it, and that would be, you know, Scott Pilgrim. You know what I mean? I think he's amazing in that movie, and I think he makes these actors look like they're irreplaceable in his films. Like if it was anybody else, it would fall apart. You know what I mean? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in for not very little, you know, unless they're really written for them. But I don't believe in one actor, one movie, and if it was somebody else, it would be a disaster. I don't believe that. I think filmmakers make a film good enough that you make yourself believe that, but not. I don't think that for this film, or any film for that matter. But Edgar Wright, I think, is in a direction where he can make really, really amazing movies in the future. I think that he is a filmmaker that should be given carte blanche, and that he should make any film that he wants to make, and Hollywood should let him do it. You know what I mean? Very few people get to have that honor, and I think that he falls in that category where he can do that. You know what I mean? And he's proving that, you know what I mean? And Baby Driver, like I said, it's action the way that action should be made. For any decade, you know, CGI is fine, but we have been making films for decades, you know, over 100 plus years. And when they started using cars, you know, in films to do stunts and all that stuff, that means that they know how to do it. They have stunt drivers, and this film proves that stunt drivers are fucking awesome. Okay? That's just plain and fucking simple. You know, and I think and I feel that this film is, like I said earlier, a kind of like a visual aid to filmmakers who want to shoot with cars and shoot cars and high-speed chases and all that stuff, because this and many other films before it that have this awesome thing, they need to stop, you know, doing the CGI stuff. I'm not a fan of that shit. I'm not a fan of CGI cars. I love high-speed chases, and it pisses me off when the high-speed chases are using fake cars. I think the only film that actually should be excused from that, even though it has better car sequences, race sequences than most films. Yes, like I said earlier, Fast and Furious, I'm talking to you. Speed Racer has amazing car stunts and car driving, and probably 90% of that fucking thing is fake. You know what I mean? If not all 100% of it is fake. You know, and I mean 90% of it, because they're probably using the whole cockpit part and then spinning the guy in the car and everything like that. But for the most part, all that driving is fake. But all that driving has much better driving than fucking Fast and Furious. It's more thrilling. It's more fun. You know, I believe so. Anyway, let's just go with, like I said, for Baby Driver, because one of the things that I didn't do earlier was the good part. Like I said, everything was good. I think all I did was talk about negatives. Is the stunts, the cars, the acting, even the place they shot has so much personality in the film. He doesn't let up. The film, when it goes for the action, it doesn't underperform, and it doesn't undersell. The acting doesn't undersell. And like I said, there isn't much to talk about when you don't have very much to say on the negatives of the film, because all you got is all positives. Right now, it's on Rotten Tomatoes at like 97%, 98%. Yeah, that's pretty much correct. It's a near perfect film. You know what I mean? It's very simple. Like I said, there's no complexities in it like that. It's a well-told story. It even goes to small details of things that most films brush away. And I really, really like that. You know, the film pays attention to details, and all the details that the film has put out for the film. You know what I mean? For you to understand and for you to pay attention to. And it's told in a very simple way. Like I said, there's no way to really get lost in the story. And you really can't keep your eyes off the screen either, because you really fall in love with every character, even the bad guys. You know what I mean? You fall in love with them too. They're so awesome. And the good guys are awesome. And the car driving is awesome. Like, you can't wait till he gets back into the car again, just so he can do some fucking cool stunts and shit like that. So, you know, that's my recommendation. What do I got for negatives? Nothing. I really have nothing bad to say about this film. You know, if I do, I'll put it up on the social media sites and say that I got one. But I really don't got anything that really that I can say that really hinders the film. I really don't have one. You know, and that makes me happy. That makes me very happy to know that. So I think that for today, for this film, you know, for this podcast, it's gonna be a short one. I got prep. You know, July 4th weekend and all this and that. And, you know, it was coming up with some plans. We get to do stuff. So, but I was very happy to be able to squeeze in this episode just to let you know, because this is I think one of the best films that this year has brought on so far. And for some of the ones that I've seen already, this one's definitely top 5. You know, so I'm very, 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 very happy with this film. I'm very happy I got to see it in theaters because I think it's very cinematic. You know what I mean? And the way that the action sequences are and all that stuff, you know. But, you know, that's all I can say. I think I've talked way too much about Baby Driver, you know, for this week. And Facebook.com/WhatTheHellPcast, Twitter.com/TheHellPcast, Instagram.com/WhatTheHellPcast. Search me on YouTube and on SoundCloud. What the hell did we just watch? Subscribe, like, share. You can just let me know anything you want there. Listen to all the episodes right there. If there's a place that the show is not listed on and you listen to mostly your shows on that specific app or website or whatever, let me know, because we're also on Podbean, Podbay, Stitcher Radio, all that stuff, you know. So just let me know if there's anything missing or if there's anything that I can do to help you guys out. So, you know, this is Lumotional Lou, the professional appreciator, and I just got one thing to say. It's been Lumotional.